Nobody from the government listens to this, right?
Have you ever bought shit on the dark web?
I can't talk about that.
Yeah. This is a show that covers a lot of the fringy, weird, a little bit of everything around the internet as found on various social news sites. The genie is out of the bottle and more governments are gonna put this on their books.
Who's the fucking laughingstock now, dicks?
Dude, you're definitely the more dominant one with the goatee. I feel a little like,
First off, nobody's just standing in the fucking flight school at a zombie apocalypse like, guys, don't take the planes.
I love a little bit of horror?
Horror? It's the best Star Wars.
Really? Yes.
There's a male depression epidemic.
If you knew that you could trust the men around the table to not judge you, not try and fix you, but just listen to you and support you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
All right, moving on. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
You put zombie and you put eerie in the title, and I don't want to do it. Diggnation.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Diggnation Reboot, episode number 6. I'm Alex Albrecht, and yes, I am currently rocking a goatee in remembrance of my time in the 90s.
It's a new world.
It is.
Welcome to the show. This is a show that covers a lot of the fringy, weird, outrageous, technology-driven, hint of technology. A little bit of everything around the internet as found on various social news sites. Sometimes on dig.com.
That's correct. And this is Kevin Rose because he neglected to mention.
Say that. Nice to meet you.
So not a lot of stuff going on this week.
Pretty tame week.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. Nothing really big happening.
Really average week.
This is just a standard week. So we here at Diggnation are just going to do our standard show.
Yes.
For everybody out there because that's what we're here for.
For everyone.
Speaking of no reason for anything to have happened, our first story.
This is nuts.
MicroStrategy stock hits all-time high as Bitcoin breaks 90,000.
Yes.
So Bitcoin, for no apparent reason, has really skyrocketed, breaking all-time highs. I think currently right now, recording on like Wednesday, it's like, I think 89K.
Yeah, it broke 90K for a hot minute there.
Dude, it was 94 this morning when I woke up.
It's
I was like,
so
what
crazy.
the hell is going on?
It's a little over 90K right now, yeah.
So I, like a lot of people, had no idea what MicroStrategy was, but a couple days after Bitcoin was starting to really kind of creep up, they bought like $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. And I looked into them. So they've been around since like 89, I think.
Yeah.
They started they still do sort of like business information technology stuff. So they're, software that helps businesses be better at businessing. And they've done that a lot. Funny enough, started in Wilmington, Delaware, moved to Tyson's Corner, Virginia, which is where I grew up. So I was like, oh. And at the time that I was there, so it's super weird. I was like, oh my God, I wonder if
And you never even heard of them?
I've never heard of them.
Well, they're probably a lot smaller. I mean,
they're very B2B, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they started, I think it was angel.com or...
Oh, is it really?
It was some .com that they started.
But they've been buying up, they've been known for buying up Bitcoin now for a long time. I mean, long time is in years now. They've been buying up Bitcoin.
Yeah, starting in like 2018, 2017, something like that, they started going, hey, we have all this capital coming in. And obviously as tech people, shit, this is the funny thing is like we're talking about a story about Bitcoin. I would love to go back and see the first time that we ever mentioned Bitcoin on Diggnation.
Did we talk about Diggnation?
We talked about it so many fucking times on Diggnation.
Are you serious?
Oh my God. We talked about it.
That's right.
Yeah, we talked about it when we were getting emails of people that were paying 30, 40, 50 Bitcoin for a fucking pizza. Yeah. You like send us an email if you remember little segments.
If you can find our first mention,
we have been talking about it for millennia. Let's just say millennia. And I've been in and out of Bitcoin many times. Same. I think most recently, and we might have even talked about this on the reboot shows. But but I had my a handful of coin at BlockFi. Yeah, which is okay because I got it all back.
Yeah, but
got
you didn't know for a
I had
minute.
no idea. I had no idea, and I was like, eh. And at the time, it was like
You were getting interest on it and shit, right?
dude, it was my cashback card.
Oh, that's right.
It's my fucking credit
like
card.
2% cash back in Bitcoin or
Yeah,
something, right?
Hutchins told me about it. He was like, I was like, well, what credit card we were talking? I was at one of your parties.
I know.
And I was like,
a lot of people about BlockFi.
I was like, what could what's my credit card? I have points, like, because I don't know how to do the fucking points, and Chris is like a ninja with that shit.
Yeah.
I have so many points, and I'm like, I don't care. Somebody make a website where I can just put in my points, and then they can go, do you want to go to Bolivia
They
for a
have
day
that,
or
by
some
the way.
shit? I
Like,
mean, maybe.
yeah.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
Make it easy. But anyway, he said BlockFi, getting your percentage back in Bitcoin, so it was great. And by the way, fucking amazing conversation starter. Every restaurant, I give them the credit card, and the guy comes back or the girl comes back and goes, so is that like a Bitcoin credit card? And I was like, well, sit down. Let me tell you about this.
right. You bankrupt like 1,000 people.
My friend's buddy at a party told me this is the best thing to do. So I did it, and I love it. It's great. And I made
You
it.
probably onboarded like
I onboarded
1,000
so
people
many
that are now
fucking
bankrupt
people.
because of you.
Not bankrupt.
Oh, they
I got my money back. I got my money
Yeah.
back. Peace.
Yeah. Listen, I had the fucking FTX founder on my podcast.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was on there and he seemed legit, and I was always like, I don't know, you're a nice guy. You play video games. Like,
That's it. I know nothing about banking. Oh, you play video games? Well, I mean, come on, this guy.
he was a nice enough guy, but like, it is really weird. I have two people, him and Do Kwon, that created that stable coin.
Yeah.
And I had two people that are now either on the run or in jail on my podcast.
That is amazing. First off, in the now version of podcasts, that's actually amazing. Like, that's something you could put in your Wikipedia in the now version of podcasting.
I went back and listened after we published.
Did you?
Nothing incriminating.
Nothing incriminating.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
So,
juicy.
so Mal checked it out. Like,
Okay,
he
thank
he
you.
was pretty tame, wasn't he?
tame.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not gonna come on and be like, so it's a total Ponzi scheme. I gave my girlfriend $70 billion. But hey, everybody keep on coming. It's
Yeah.
all fine.
It's
Nobody
there.
from the government listens to this, right?
I almost invested though. Like I was looking at it, and well, the thing is, like they were one of the first to embrace Solana, which is one of the up and coming coins, and they were known as like the place to go and trade Solana. It really
And
was.
Solana was founded in Solana Beach, right down the street, and like San Diego, right? Isn't that why
they called it
Solana?
that, but like I think they.
I feel like they were in the
when
SoCal area.
When I
but-
first met Toli, who's the founder, he was in SF, and he was ex Motorola, Qualcomm, ex Qualcomm,
Oh, well, that's San Diego.
and is it San Diego?
Yeah,
okay,
San Diego.
yeah, so that
Qualcomm,
makes
San
sense.
Diego.
Yeah, so.
So here's the thing that I think I've talked about this on many podcasts, and I will say that I changed my tune a little bit. But my thing that I was going to say was,
Yeah.
I was in this mindset of like, okay, when it comes to Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold my Bitcoin until I have $1 million worth of Bitcoin.
Okay.
Then I'm going to sell half. And then I'm going to hold my Bitcoin until I have $1 million worth of Bitcoin.
Oh my God, I did
Then I'm
this.
going to sell half. Then
Yeah.
I'm going to have the wallet. And the whole thing is, that sounds so stupid right now at 90,000 coins. It's like, what the fuck? But had I done that since the beginning, I'd be rolling in many millions. Here's where it changed. My buddy Jerry, we're playing video games, and I was like, dude, Bitcoin, fuck, dude, it's up to like 27 grand a coin. I've made so much money today. And he was like, nah, you didn't. And I was like, no, I did. I got all this money. And he was like,
Who has the accent? You or Jerry?
Jerry.
Okay.
I mean, neither of us, but just
Okay.
illustrative process.
Okay.
The accent guy is my friend.
I lost who was who. Okay, so Jerry's like, yeah, it's like money.
No, I was
Okay.
like, oh, I guess I had the accent. Anyway, I don't know. A lot of people were saying things, but I was telling my buddy, oh my God, I'm so excited. Bitcoin
so
just
excited.
pumped. I made so much fucking money. That was me. This is me now. And then my buddy Jerry was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, no, I did, dude. Look, it's like, I should show you the receipts. And he's like, no, you can't.
He's like, there's no such thing as receipts.
You can't. There's no such thing. That's not a word. You're saying receipts. You mean receipts. And also not applicable. Not applicable. I'll show you my transaction history. So I realized I've never spent my Bitcoin on anything. I've only ever kept Bitcoin and lost
Who
Bitcoin.
buys shit with Bitcoin?
No, but I mean,
Who the fuck? Like, you're not in this grocery store buying shit with Bitcoin.
well, guess what? You can.
I know you can get those cards, but nobody does
No,
that
not
shit.
the cards. You know how easy it is to like send Bitcoin to Coinbase, liquidate, and send to your bank account?
Have you ever bought shit on the dark web?
I don't even. You got to tell me about the dark
I
web.
gotta show you about it sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I know about it, like
It's dark. It's dark.
The dark I know where it is.
you
I
ever been
think.
out there?
I don't think so.
Oh, you should see it. It's cool.
Okay, well this will be great.
But you have to
next
use Bitcoin
episode
shit.
will tell you
You
what
have to use
deep
Bitcoin.
shit he should. Anyway, long story
just
short,
wanna look. I want to see
I
this.
decided
Yeah.
that I would use this money that I got back from BlockFi.
Yeah.
That I did not think I would get back.
Yeah.
And that I would use that money to do shit. So like we're redoing our kitchen,
Oh.
and I'm paying for it in Bitcoin.
And this is like
quote
a
unquote.
year ago or whatever.
Yeah, this was like maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
But the best thing is, the thing with Bitcoin is because it keeps going up, every time I fucking do something, I have the same amount of money worth of Bitcoin in like 2 months.
Yeah, but you're not
6
doing,
months.
you're not doing the math.
I always did the math, and then I never had the money. So what I want to do is the math with some money.
I get you.
I want the new kitchen.
Right.
And then I'll have some money.
But also, you could also, if you had just kept the coin, you could probably have 5 new kitchens at this point.
Bro, if I had not got a new kitchen and invested that money in coin and then held that coin for 5 years,
Right.
I would have enough money to buy 10 kitchens.
Yeah.
But the point is, my buddy Jerry was correct. I did not have made any monies unless I sell. So I just started doing that. I was like, you know, this $5,000, like I want to get a new couch, a Bitcoin couch.
Now, did you pay tax on that?
I mean, I will when it's tax time. I'm not going to not pay
Where'd
taxes.
you sell it at?
Coinbase.
Okay, you have to then, yeah.
First off, I'm not like going on Facebook Marketplace and being like, hey,
People do that shit,
I want to
dude.
sell some Bitcoin, but give me cash.
People do that. They like
course
bring
they
you like
fucking do
gold
that.
bullion and shit, and like
Gold bullion. They said that Bitcoin now has surpassed the value of silver.
Ooh,
It's now
that's interesting.
the eighth highest value asset you can hold.
Huh. That's so cool.
Is that nuts?
So well, here's okay. Let me chime in now. Like,
okay, chime.
Here's my chime. My chime is that I have, like you, if you go back and you look at my tweets over the last like freaking, since 2012 was the first time I think I tweeted about Bitcoin, 2011, whenever it came out. And I was like, dude, I'm so stoked. I hit $100.
Oh,
and of course I was like, I paid 10, you know?
Yeah.
And I fucking like bought like $1,000 worth or whatever.
Yeah,
and I hit
yeah.
100. I'm like, I'm fucking out. That was great.
course.
You know?
Dude, I remember the fucking restaurant. You brought a thumb drive
Yeah.
with your Bitcoin on it to LA because you were worried it was gonna like get fucked up. And we were at dinner. Remember
Yeah,
the two of us
I
were
know
out
what
to
it
dinner,
was.
And you were like, I got this fucking money and it just hit, oh my God. And
know.
then of course the next day you liquidate
I
it.
have that wallet. Hold on, let me see. What was it, 90,000 now? I know how much that is worth. Ooh, good Jesus. I had 145 Bitcoin on that wallet, and it's worth 13 million today. I sold.
we have to do is
Okay.
wait, but nobody wants to.
Wait.
I mean, I literally was just saying I'm not. So
Here's
this
where
is me
I flipped.
doing the thing.
Here's where I flipped. I have realized now that what is happening, and we've seen the little hints and bits of this, and I tweeted about this years ago, but now I'm actually starting to see it actually happen. Whereas that governments are buying and holding, sometimes secretively, sometimes
Oh yeah, is it Argentina? Who's
Argentina
the one that
is
has like a bunch?
public about it.
The like
But-
president just came out and was like, "Who's the fucking laughing stock now, dick?"
Dude, he
GDP.
It's like, exactly.
But it just in Spanish.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, Addison's here.
Oh yeah.
So if you saw somebody wandering in the background, Addison, pickstudio.ai, use coupon code Kevin Rose for 20% off. Just kidding, but I think that might work.
First sponsor.
For sponsor.
That technically would have been our first sponsor.
Fuck yeah.
And then people go and it's like, the coupon code doesn't work. Fuck you, kid.
Exactly. He like charges them more.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so we should totally do that. Just like see how many dumb people. Just kidding. There's a lot of smart people. Everybody's smart out there.
Everybody's smart.
So basically, the champagne just went straight to my head out of nowhere.
That's literally its job.
Its job. So I've flipped though, and for some reason I have like realized, shit. Okay, if you had to project out 20 years from now,
Okay.
this is no longer a fad. Clearly, it's
Yeah, I
no
mean, that's-
longer.
yeah.
The genie is out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be used more and more as a decentralized, non-pegged government, fixed quantity, non-inflationary asset, reserve currency.
Yep.
And more governments are going to put this on their books. There's only fucking 21 million coins.
Yeah.
Like, dude, so I'm gone from looking at the price actually
Yeah.
to like, oh, this is just a part of my portfolio forever as a hedge against inflation.
Ooh, that's an interesting way to think about it.
We are printing shit tons of money, and I don't care what administration you're talking about. Like it's happening all the time, and Bitcoin is that hedge, and it's also that portable hedge.
So it's a portable hedge.
Meaning like
it's like you can bring your privacy screen to your own party.
If I need to go to a different country,
I'm taking my hedge.
Yeah, you take your hedge.
Fucking unroot that shit and take it to Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
Fucking plant it in my new yard. Let me ask you this then.
Please.
Since you're not looking at the price,
I am.
Is your job, but you are. But if you're not, but you are, is your goal then to have a set amount, number of coins?
Yes, my goal right now, so back in the day, it was 2% of my overall portfolio, so 2% of net worth, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
And that can mean whatever that means to you. I'm now in the 5% to 10% camp, which is high.
But it's high, but it's not really
It's not really that high.
Unless you need access to it.
But then you have access to it because you can sell it.
That's why you have access to it. But I mean, actually, it's probably more access than my guy. I got to call JP Morgan and be like, hey, I need some capital. Could you just sell some stuff?
Let me give you the
balance.
extra crazy shit.
Which, by the way, I love my guy, JP Morgan. I don't know why I made him sound like an idiot. He's got all my money. So I trust him.
He's watching. He's like, oh, fuck that guy.
Love you, Kevin.
All right. Is his name Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So here's the deal, dude. Check this shit out.
By the way, that's dangerous.
So I know it's dangerous. Everybody freaks out when I do this.
I'm freaking
I have
out.
no other place to.
You know what? I know what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna get us some gifts for next time.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some gifts.
Listen.
Oh, speaking of which,
you're wearing your Crocs. Ooh, do they feel good?
I love these things.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the end of that. Moving on. Kevin gave them to
I
me.
bought them. You're not watching Diggnation, dude?
Bro,
Every episode.
get out
He
of
hasn't
here.
been watching it.
I downloaded them.
You download.
By the way, that's enough. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
downloading.
that.
It counts.
Yeah, well, that's all we need.
Because of
That's
you.
all we need. Set up some autonomous laptops and just download it.
Exactly.
Kevin, it's fucking hot in here.
I know. I got to turn down the air.
You're the one.
Set the AC to 69.
Can you set it? Set to 420.
Set to 420, we're all gonna die.
I'm just kidding. He said it something stupid. Okay, so here's the deal. What I did with my 401k, or sorry, my IRA, turn it off econ mode down there. It's turn it cool.
This one?
There's a thing that says cool or econ. You want to turn on cool mode.
How is
and
this
then
not on your
drop
phone?
it down.
It's at 78.
Yeah.
78?
Says
Jesus.
it's 70. Well, we don't normally cool down here because nobody's down here. Okay,
Thank you.
Okay. So here's the deal.
Like a fucking married
Here's,
couple.
like an old haggled married couple.
Yeah.
With a goatee. You're definitely.
The goatee's right. The goatee's right.
You're definitely the more dominant one with the goatee. I gotta say, it
was a power
I
move.
feel a little.
Power move.
I feel a little like, hey, you can take me.
All right, Kevin.
Okay, so listen.
Talk about your IRA.
What I do with with IRA is I sold all of my stocks in my IRA.
Okay.
And bought EasyBC, which is Franklin Templeton's Bitcoin ETF. And the reason I did that is because of the lowest cost ETF in terms of how much they charge you per year.
So you're not actually holding Bitcoin, you're just
This
tracking.
is my retirement account.
Oh, right.
And so,
right.
so you
'cause
get tax-free
can't-
distributions when you retire. So you just let that compound do all its shit.
Yep.
And then it's so I'm
in
100%
Yeah.
Bitcoin in my retirement account.
Oh, that's your entire retirement
Yes.
account? Yeah, dog.
I mean, let's go.
Dude, we are going. We are going.
Anyway, 90K's nuts.
It's I mean, it's crazy because I guess I've always been, I always say this, and I know I've said this before, I hate to be a broken record, but it's a good record. It's my favorite. When Bitcoin was at $20, saying Bitcoin was gonna go to $100 was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Absurd. Laughable. When Bitcoin was 100, saying it's gonna go to 1,000 was I remember these milestones where it was well, it'll never break 1,000. Oh, that's ridiculous. Now it's poised. Whoa, that's got a funk.
I know.
That smells like beef jerky.
Madison brought this for us.
I'm very interested to see.
It's pickle beer. It's child's beer?
No, this is why I brought up a child's beer. I'm it changes your pee to blue.
Changes your pee to blue. Ooh, god damn it.
Like it? No.
Why did you bring me pickle beer?
It's all there.
This is the rage, pickle beer?
Yeah.
Donna's was backstage at the garden eating pickle contest and created a beer.
I will say my buddy tried the Coke with
Yeah, it's not bad,
pickle
it's not
juice.
It grows on you.
Coke with pickle juice.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This is actually good." Go,
Like
man.
with like something
Pickle
in
juice.
it, like
no, just Coke.
alcohol.
Just Coke.
Yeah.
It was like a thing that people are. Hold on, I got it. God damn it! There you go, I got it.
Well, hold on. You got to try one of these pickle beers first.
Yeah, well, crack a.
I mean, maybe it's because
I do love.
you're mixing wine with pickles.
Yeah, you can't mix wine with pickles.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
I
that's a
will
good
say.
point.
Well,
That's a
first
great
off,
point.
challenge accepted. Secondly, I'm gonna get a new computer.
Oh yeah, he's talking shit.
So the other thing is that I have for many years been the person who tries to convince people because it's awesome to eat peanut butter and pickles. It is the fucking best snack. Thank you. It's the best snack. There's sweet with the peanuts are like sweet and salty, but then there's that hit of the sour from the brine.
That sounds horrible, by the way.
It's so good. I've literally given it to so many people and converted them. Every
I'll
single
come to your house.
girlfriend.
Hey, let's shoot an episode of your house.
Yeah.
We used to shoot episodes there. It'd be,
Bro,
it'd be really cool
anytime.
to have like. Do you still have the same couch?
No. Oh wait. No. Wait.
Do you really?
No. Dude, that was fucking 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I had the same couch, you'd be like, oh, you should get rid of this couch.
That's fair. That's fair. It was already kind of haggled by the
Oh, well,
yeah.
that one was 20 years old.
Yeah.
The fucking from like Pampa or like fucking
Yeah.
Pier 1
Okay,
imports. or
try
something.
this. Try this first of all. Give it a shot. Okay.
Should I smell it?
No, just go straight in. Okay, here we go. And beer advocate rating at 1 out of 10.
Oh, that's delightful.
Really?
Oh my God.
It's just bomb.
What's the ABV on this stuff? I
It's
don't
really like
4.5.
3 or 4.
see. I don't drink anything under 7. Well, I just like. What is it? What are you doing then? You're just like, eh.
It's like a daytime.
I mean, I will say I'm going to continue drinking wine.
Sure.
Because I'm not in the mood for a beer right now.
Yeah.
But I will say this is something I'm going to buy and I'm going to bring to like beach parties, lake parties.
Yeah,
By the way, pickled chips. Have you had pickled chips?
I do like those. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Spicy dill pickled chips.
Yeah.
Fucking great. So
All right.
I'm on board with Donna's pickle chip.
Yeah. If you'd like to sponsor Donna's, please reach out to
The email address that
at
Kevin forgets all the time.
Diggnation
By the way,
show.
did we get an email for today?
Oh, we have emails, but we haven't checked them.
Okay, well,
All right.
let's check 'em
Here we go.
live.
Next story.
Okay, next story.
This is an important one.
That was an important one.
Oh, I agreed.
Keep going.
Tyson
So funny.
and Jake Paul.
So it's funny. This
It
was.
sucks, dude. I'm actually traveling.
I'm traveling too. I'm
Where are
going to
you?
Arizona.
Oh, fuck, that doesn't count.
How does not being at your home not count as travel?
You can watch the show. I'm gonna be in Paris.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's.
What? Paris has Netflix.
I checked the time. So here's the deal. It starts at 2 a.m. And by the time he comes on, it's gonna be like 2 hours later, right? 3 hours of fucking things. I just wake up early and just fucking watch it. I need to watch this fight though, dude. We've been talking about this. So I did some research.
This was literally the thing that we talked. This was on the reunion show
Yeah.
before we even decided
Yeah.
to start doing this on the regs.
I use
gonna be a
Perplexity,
thing.
and they're not a sponsor, but they might actually want to be.
Oh.
And
Who is What's Perplexity?
Perplexity's this AI tool. Dude, you've never used Perplexity?
You are my AI guru. I
fucking
try
gave away
things.
3 point something million dollars of Perplexity codes on my newsletter last week.
Bro, send me.
I'll send you a code. You get free year, $200 free. Here's the deal. 14-ounce gloves, which are more sparring gloves. So it's
Sure.
like more surface area, less damage. But I did a little research on Perplexity, and I'm not joking. I did actually use that. It's not an ad. Fucking fuck you if you think it is. No, fuck you. But like,
Yeah,
it's not,
don't fuck you. And also, if
please-
it wasn't
please
ads, that's also good. And Perplexity, call us because we need to start doing some ads.
We're gonna start doing that soon.
Yeah.
All right. So the scientific studies that have been done on Tyson punches, even today,
Oh my God.
can generate around 1,600 joules of force, or
That sounds like a lot of jewels.
1,300 to 1,400 pounds of force. So now a rough, and I'm not making this up, this is fucking AI, a rough full force kick to the nuts is about 100 joules of force. Okay.
That is very minimal joules to the joules to make me die.
So hold on, now listen to this. So I asked Perplexity, what is this compared to? Like, what would you say a punch with that many joules of force? Like, what does it mean? So it's equivalent of being hit by a Vespa scooter going 9 miles an hour, which doesn't sound bad, but hold on, let me keep going.
Okay.
It is being shot.
That's bad in general.
AI says
It's already bad.
Hold on. Being shot by, this is so AI, being shot by 13 people using 22 caliber pistols while wearing a flak jacket. So
Wait, 13 people
yeah, so AI was like,
shoot you at the exact same time
with a
20
22
caliber.
yeah.
First off, being
22.
shot with 22s, but
with a
13.
flak jacket though on too.
Oh boy.
A flak
jacket.
Yeah, not track jacket. Track jacket, you'd be dead. Yeah. So
Bulletproof.
flak jacket is like bulletproof. Okay.
Dispersing those.
Now-
The person was shooting with the fucking track jacket.
Yeah. AI is just showing you like
It's
all the
13
Guy Ritchie movies
It's 13 guys
lined up in
wearing
one.
flak jackets.
Yeah. If you were in 13 scenes in a Guy Ritchie movie and everybody had a 22.
This was the most relevant to me. That where I felt like, I could feel that.
Oh, okay.
It's like falling from 7 feet off a tall ladder and landing sideways on concrete.
Oh!
Yeah, that's
Every
like
punch?
that's when he hits you with full force.
Oh!
Yeah, that's
I can
the worst.
imagine the air
Yes.
leaving your body.
Yes. Now, this is equivalent of 13 strong kicks to the nuts simultaneously. 13.
First off, I'm nervous that Perplexity keeps talking about getting kicked in the nuts.
To be fair,
Perplexity is like, I mean, a human only knows getting swiftly kicked in the nuts.
I did encourage Perplexity.
Oh, you were like,
Give me more nut-related
explain
content.
explain it to me like I have only nuts and I'm receiving many kicks.
Well, it also pointed out how many like nerves I have in my nuts, and it was giving me like a nerve to nut ratio. AI is crazy. Like what it can
I
do.
have a feeling it was the user, not the tool. But go ahead.
I'm saying.
With like nuts.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Explain it to me like I have balls that get hit often.
I'm
be great.
Tyson on the show. We should have Tyson on the show at some point.
Yes, Kevin, we should have Mike Tyson on the show.
Okay.
I concur.
Go ahead. Next story.
Okay. Silicon-based EV batteries promise twice the range, improved safety, and fast charging. So, there's, I don't want to call it an arms race because that's got negative
Silicon
connotations.
or silicon?
Silicon Valley? It's based on the
Silicon
same.
Valley.
What?
No, one is made for, and the other is like.
What is hoo-hoo? Dude. No, not silicone is fake boobs. Silicone.
I didn't know which one you were saying. Okay.
The one that's not fake boobs. I don't think it's gonna be like, wait, we just realized all this shit we've been using to make boobs bigger can make electric cars go faster. This is so great. Why didn't anybody try to put electricity through these boobs? And it all took place. One woman was walking through the desert, shocked by electricity, came out of it, and then shocked a bunch of people. And they were like, did those boobs hold that charge? This could be a thing.
Listen, the way
I work at
the way the world is
Hyundai
going
right
right
now.
now, the way the world is going with all the weird shit that's happening all over the place, this would not surprise me. We're like fake boobs for our cars. I'd be like, what fucking?
I mean,
what else
all right.
What else is in the bingo card this year?
yeah.
Like fucking
Fake boobs power card. By the way, if I get a silicon-based thing, I'm gonna be like, there's fake boobs in this, and it makes me fucking
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. Fake boobs make cargo.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Right now, there is a sort of a bunch of different companies that are all sort of figuring out how to commoditize the next iteration of batteries.
Sure.
Full stop.
Yes.
EV, longer battery life on your phone, longer battery life on your watch, longer battery life on everything that has a fucking battery, which is everything. Mm-hmm. But specifically for EVs, what they've realized is that the lithium-ion batteries use a graphite anode, and that's part of the sort of makeup of them. It's part of what gives them their longevity and like all the like sciencey. That's why you can only put that much charge in your car. A company has realized they can replace the graphite anode with a silicon anode, fake boobs.
I'm just wondering how much of this is bullshit versus you just like, you actually understand this shit.
Yeah, I read it. I read the thing. This is the thing.
Okay, keep going.
So it's just like, you don't know what you're talking about, do you? I read the thing. Anyway.
Okay.
So the whole, because there's another thing with, you've probably heard about like the solid state batteries and stuff like that. So it's like, they're trying to figure out what company is going to make the sort of version 2 battery that's going to be able to sort of come to market. And silicon-based, lithium ions is one, might work. But the crazy thing about it is, if you think about your current car, right? Because perfect example. So you have a plug-in hybrid.
Yes.
50 miles of range on the battery.
Yes.
What if that was 100 miles of range on the battery?
Doesn't really matter to me, but
yours is a little different.
Because I mostly go just like 3 or 4 miles here or there. Yeah.
But like for me, I've got a Model Y. By the way, before the EPA stepped in and was like, that's not the range. It used to be 330, now it's 300 even, which is fine. Because it really is 300. But 600 miles on a charge with this new battery technology.
Oh, interesting.
That starts to get interesting.
Well, there's no more range anxiety at that point then.
So this is the thing. The question I have is, and I've always talked about, I think the battery technology is going to get better and better, obviously, Moore's Law or whatever. And we're going to get to a point where you're going to get, because you can only put so much gas. You can get as efficient as you want. You can only put so much gas in a car.
Right.
Right, but with the battery, as the efficiency gets more and more, and the electric density and all that stuff, you're going to get to a point where you're going to see over 1,000-mile ranges on cars pretty soon. I think in the next 5 years.
The flippening. It'll be like when it flips over to electric having the advantage versus gas.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
And you think it's in 5 years?
I think it'll be here in 5 years.
So when is this tech coming to market?
Again, they don't know if this is going to be the tech that wins.
Yeah.
Or it'll be solid state, or it'll be some new, chemical compound.
Yeah.
The other thing is, here's the thing, and this is what I always talk about. I love that I just said that. I fucking never talk about this, but whatever. Here's a thing that I'm going to talk about, which is, this is where I think AI is going to help us, is the super weird out-of-the-box thinking. Where you are going to get things like, hey, the silicone in breast implants could actually be really conductive. Have you thought about putting them in batteries?
I mean, we're already seeing that on the protein discovery side.
100%. On the cancer research side, it's. I think it's going to start letting us think outside the box, because what it's going to do is it's going to remove the time requirement in trying millions and millions of things that make no sense.
Yes.
Right? Like, the whole point is, as a human, you only have so much time on the planet. You need to focus your intent and energy into things that you reasonably assume will be successful. And there's variance there. You can go outside and you can do things that you think, well, I'll just take a flyer on these things. But realistically, you're like, I'm spending time and I only have a limited amount of it. Like, time is the biggest resource we have.
Yeah.
The AIs don't give a shit about that.
Right.
They could go, oh, you want me to go spend 5 million years in the corner figuring out every plant that you could possibly, and just simulating what that effect is on all the things we know are bad for humans? Okay, well, in 3 days, I'm going to come back and say, hey, I spent 7 years of human time doing these things. That's where I think we're going to get a lot of stuff. So that's why I go, hey, I don't know what the technology is. This is cool. I love the idea of this. And the fact that this is like, hey, this little tweak to current battery technology could get you 2x.
Yeah.
This feels recent, or this feels imminent.
Yes, I 100% agree.
And also, like, some of the fucking Lucid Air Sapphire is like a 450 mile or 500 mile range.
What do you
swatch this thing in there 1,000 miles
for you.
in a fucking charge?
Two questions for you. One, I 100% agree on the discovery side. Like, Google actually just today released DeepMind AlphaFold 3, the source code and the model weights for academic use, and like, this is going to absolutely accelerate scientific discovery and drug development. Like, there is just it's going to happen. It's amazing. But what do you think the secret? Because there's still people that are like, oh, I have to have a hybrid. I have to have gas.
Yeah.
What do you think what is the mile? What's the magic number? I think it's 500 miles is where it's like, gosh, like, it's also charging time too.
Yeah, it's charging time. It's the max miles. I think also it's really interesting because, you think like, oh, well, doomsday preppers would have this problem, but it's really normal every day. Not that doomsday preppers are not normal, because I got preps. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happens. come to me. We got stuff.
Do you
That's all
really?
I'm saying. Oh yeah,
Like
man.
a big, like a lot of shit?
I mean, not a lot of shit, but like, yeah, shit.
You get guns.
I'm prepped.
You're
Yeah,
prepped.
I'm
Okay.
prepped.
All right.
But I will say, I think the average person has some trepidation. Perfect example is, I've got a Model Y, and Heather had a Range Rover, and it just was impractical. It was a beautiful car, but it was just super impractical. Our streets are really tiny. Like, it just didn't. We basically left it in the garage, and we switched off taking the Tesla. And it was like, what the fuck are we doing? We have this really expensive car in the garage that is beautiful, and I love taking it out. Neither of us choose to take it when we're like, I gotta go to the grocery store. I'm taking the fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
Just purely by size. So we went, and she got the BMW i4 M50. So it's like the M series of BMW's electric four-door sedan.
All electric.
Gorgeous car, all electric.
Okay.
We had a conversation. She was like, I'm a little concerned about just having an electric car. Like, just being a family that
Because
only
you
has
feel like
electric.
you're like in doomsday scenarios.
What
kinda
if,
tied in?
you know, something happens and we got to get out of Dodge? Are the cars charged? Can we
Yeah.
find electricity? And in my mind, I was like, well, first off, if we're really worried about that, you think the gas stations are just going to be open and available.
Right. They're gonna be
And
packed.
they're going to have gas.
They're gonna run out,
Like,
yeah.
there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Plus, like, we
Actually,
have...
the electrical grid might stay up longer than the gas station.
100%. I was like, we can find a fucking weird, empty, like, Kmart that has a fucking wall socket.
Yeah.
And we just drive through the
Yeah,
door.
just like-
fucking
just like-
plug it
yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah.
and sit and be like...
Sit
get
there
the
for
fuck
like
out.
48 hours.
48
Your car
hours. But also,
charges.
we have solar and a Tesla Powerwall.
Oh, okay. So, you're
So, like, we can charge our cars even if the fucking power grid goes out.
You worked at Rand, didn't you?
I did work at Rand, yeah.
They basically said if you're trying to get out of LA in an emergency like that, you're fucked.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it's not like,
Yeah.
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 Well,
It-
our whole thing is, I know how to fly a plane enough that our
would steal a plane.
Joel is 100%. Our
You would.
fucking 100%. If the zombie apocalypse happens, my plan is put my wife and my dog, my preps, in a car, get myself to the Santa Monica airport,
oh, because they got all the planes to sit.
and steal a plane and fly to Catalina.
Well, could you fly?
Anything that's single engine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's very
little Cessna.
comforting. Oh, a Cessna.
Do you have to like hotwire those? Like, do you have a key and shit? Like, how-
Well, you'd go to the schools, because all the schools have keys. You
Okay.
fucking knock down, fucking prep, get
Yeah.
the keys. And you'd go out and fucking, I'd probably be like, do you have a Cirrus? Okay, go, I'll take that.
oh, you would go to school and be like, I need to borrow a plane because it's zombie apocalypse. So you'd have to like.
Yeah,
kill
I would.
someone.
Well, I wouldn't kill anybody.
have
'cause
to,
I'm
like-
a very nice person. I would persuade. First off, nobody's just standing in the fucking flight school at a zombie apocalypse like, guys, don't take the planes.
Right.
I know they're zombies.
Listen.
My job,
Is to make sure no one.
my $15 an hour job is to make sure no one steals the planes. They would literally put a box with the keys and just be like, if anybody knows how to use these, go with
Dude,
God.
you gotta call me.
Done, dude. Meet me
Like-
in Santa Monica.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's
it's
fucking
cool- it's close to me.
triangulate.
Can you take my kids and dog and shit?
I mean, we'll have to get a big plane, and it would be sketchy. Look, I would love to try a double-engine plane.
Yeah.
Maybe like what are those things called? The like Pilatus, the like jet
yeah.
prop.
Yeah.
We'll find some stuff.
They have the auto landing shit too.
Dude, all I need to do is get in the air.
Yeah.
Science does the rest.
I love how like there's gonna be like some fake zombie apocalypse where it's like a slight contagion and you and I crash a fucking
It'll be like
plane.
COVID 2.0, and they'd be like,
Exactly.
podcasters
It's like-
died. You'd be like, who cares?
It's like escaping non-zombie
Escaping.
apocalypse. Like
Yeah.
one person has outbreak,
Yeah,
podcasters die,
Yeah,
crashing
yeah,
into
yeah.
Kelly Island.
Yeah, they were able to successfully take off in the
Yeah.
plane. Thank you, news.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Next story. Zuck and T-Pain
Oh my God.
are making an album.
What the fuck's
So-
going on?
This in the world where everything is possible, because that's where we are. Zuck and T-Pain apparently are hitting the studio together, and they're thinking about like they're
First off, if you're T-Pain, you're like, God damn it.
No.
I will take that much money.
No, if you're Zuck, why are you picking T-Pain?
Because it's Zuck. Of course he's picking T-Pain.
No, if you're
Zuck's not gonna know to pick fucking Rick Rubin and like, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Little Nas and be like, people are gonna think I'm cool now.
No,
he's
listen,
like, I'll take T-Pain.
if you're
Zuck.
if you're Zuck, you go and you're like, hey, listen, top 5 artist, here's $50 million.
Yeah, but top 5
Let
artists.
me be on your track.
Yeah, but top 5 artists, you got to go down the chain to get somebody that goes,
I will say,
I'll take $100 million.
I will say Zuck's style is getting a lot better. Can we all agree on that?
His music style?
No, just like the way he looks. Like not his music style. Like his.
Hey man, those demos are getting better.
I mean, he's better than
I
that.
hate this new style. What are you talking about?
It's just less.
So much better than the fucking like alien wearing the
I
helmet.
think it's worse.
Really?
What? He looked, dude, like that. He did not look good. Like the old school Zuck.
Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
He looks like powder there.
No, not that one.
See, that's
Looks like powder there.
That's his own shirt. That's like his own dope ass shirt. He's making it.
I'm so sad about that.
Why?
I guess.
I get major like, what's the meme? The how do you do, fellow kids meme? I get that vibe.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, he's like
The actual.
to age down.
Hello, fellow teenagers.
The actual title is Unpacking Mark Zuckerberg's Midlife Crisis, because I will say I have nothing against Zuck creating a fashion brand. Like
No.
he's a creative dude.
Wait, he's creating a fashion
He has
He has
created
his
a
own
fashion
Zuck
brand.
clothing.
Wait, does he sell them?
I'm not wearing something that says Zuck on it.
That's why I asked if he's
unless
selling them.
Zuck, if you sponsor.
Oh my God!
we
This
will-
would be please,
No.
give Kevin
There is-
so much money.
there
to
is
just
no-
come on the episode.
there is no amount of money.
That would just make my fucking day.
there is a certain amount of money.
We started an episode and Kevin was wearing a fucking Zuck sweater.
I would-
just said Zuck.
And a chain.
Oh,
I know Zuck pretty well. Though enough to like if we saw each other, we know who each other are, and
Yeah.
we'd have a conversation.
Downhill. I know Zuck very well. If he saw me in a room, he'd probably be able to point me out.
No. I'm just saying like we're friendly. Like we've had dinner together a few times. I'm not is this name dropping? Cut this out.
no, it's not name dropping. It's not name
like-
dropping.
Keep the same, please.
No, I'm just saying like back in the day we were like nice to each other. We're friends.
I remember we were at GoDaddy in Arizona when they went public, and you texted him.
Yeah, I mean
You were like, dude, congratulations on going public. That's fucking crazy. And he texted back. You guys were.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like he was a nice guy.
I think it's very odd that you think this, unless this is for the camera,
For the memes.
this brand is horrible. There's only
I love that Addison turned into a drunk, pissed off Diggnation
Designer.
fan.
Yeah.
in the side.
Yeah,
Why
you're
do you think
literally
the brand's
channeling
horrible?
everybody watching this.
Exactly.
Kevin, what the fuck are you talking about? Look at that
Listen,
poncho that he
I
made
am
with his
not-
name on it.
people online, like literally, like he's getting flamed horribly here with his new.
Listen, I think I know that he's got his own brand now.
You
and-
only get 2 times in like your life to change sort of the way you dress.
Well, he
and
did
he's
it.
way
He's done
past
it.
it.
He's done.
And like
He's
just
on the
being
only
like,
new.
"Yeah, that's cool, sweet." Like,
but his hair looks good. His hair looks
the thing.
good.
He looks better in
his
that
hair
picture.
looks better.
He looks
no,
better in
I
that
hate
picture.
I hate that.
You hate that hair.
I hate the hair.
Well, but
Oh, Danny, turn it
you're a
around.
stylish person.
Let's just ask Danny right away.
Okay, hold on. D-Trend's in the
I mean,
house.
but he does work.
All right, this is so.
All right, man. Good to see you.
I'm gonna show.
Time.
We're shooting live, but we can say what's up, brother. What's up, brother?
Good to
So Danny, for those that don't know, he's here hanging out. Danny is
hot seat.
so back in the day we did a Diggnation.
Ooh, hold it.
What year was that when you did the chips and the dip?
Chips and the dip. That was 2008.
2008 we did a
Whoa.
Diggnation. And what news station was
I
that?
think it was the NBC LA one.
Yep.
NBC LA comes out. Was that the final Diggnation?
No, not 2008.
Diggnation.
It was a live Diggnation.
It was the night I met you for the first time ever for our thing. So it was 2008.
All right.
Last
2008
Diggnation was 2013.
Oh yeah. So 2008.
No.
They
No.
there's a news that was
2011.
2010 or something.
I got married.
There was a news crew that came out.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Danny and they said, "Hey, why are you here at this Diggnation?" And he goes, "If we got to find this clip." He goes, You know, Diggnation, they have the chips and the dip. And he said that like on live, like television.
He was like, so there you have it, folks.
The chips and the dip.
The chips and the dip.
So that was,
Well,
but-
thank you, Danny, for that. I really appreciate it.
Now Danny is, he used to be a designer at Dig back in the day, helped us design a bunch of crazy innovative stuff, and now is you're in charge of some Meta AI stuff. What are you doing over at Meta?
We're making cool social experiences with
Ah.
AI.
What's your like title over there?
Director of Product Design.
Director of Product Design for Generative AI at Meta.
Yeah.
So Danny's doing some cool
So,
stuff.
by the way, you cannot ask him this question.
Oh, that's right.
There's no fucking way.
Right.
That is so not going to be an honest answer. Anyway, so he heads AI at Meta. What do you think of Mark Zuckerberg's style?
Yeah, that's
it's
fair.
Amazing.
So Danny, look at Zuck's shirt with his Zuck brand.
You know, I want to make my own fashion.
There we go. See, so
yeah.
that was a very Zuck employs me
Show him,
answer.
show him.
Here's the deal. If you are a freaking billionaire,
Do whatever the fuck you want. And by the way, of course you're gonna hire someone like T-Pain to be like, let's fucking record. By the way, do you know how many like rich people do shit that is not accessible to us?
Yeah.
That they can just go, I'd love to sing with Adele. And you're like, there's a number. There's a fucking
There's a
number.
fucking
There's
number.
a fucking number for whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It might be astra fucking nomical.
Yes.
I mean, you can fucking pay to go into space.
Yes.
And everybody has a number.
Yeah. Hey, what?
There's
what
like
is-
some
what is
crazy
he doing
Indian
with
wedding
T-Pain?
that like fucking Maroon 5 played at for
You know what
one
he's doing
song.
with
You know what I
T-Pain?
mean? Like,
There was a very cool cover of like Claude.
Did you see? You heard it?
Dude, he's got his office voice on right now. Get that shit out of here.
Did you text? Like,
like,
me?
don't.
No, I just read a text that said that I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet. Okay, so we got
He's
some
seen the
intel.
internal
So what's
like
some
office
shit?
version. He's listened. He's heard it.
You've heard the
I
song?
love T-Pain. I think T-Pain's great.
Well, I mean, you're paid to say that.
This is
Wait,
the best.
if you heard,
Man, give him like 5 minutes to get here.
let's get it. Let's have you drink. Have the drink first. Do you have alcohol?
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
Let's get a
anyway.
couple drinks in a Danny and fucking find out what Zuck's doing.
Hey, what do you think sucks?
Because as soon as he started telling him, I was like, this is not the guy to ask. He's
Okay.
like, anywho, all right.
Okay, guys, a little bit quieter. We got on the set.
Okay, here we go.
Next story.
Quiet on set. All right, Amazon is shutting down Freevee. Have you heard of Freevee?
I have not heard of Freevee.
Okay, it's ad-supported video streamer. Now here's the thing. So here's why I wanted to bring this up, because it kind of dovetails into there are so many fucking streaming services. Everybody, like, it's gotten to the point where it's like there are as many streaming services as fucking television networks.
Yeah.
Fucking cable networks.
Yeah.
And we're back to the same thing of like, I don't want to have to pay for all this shit.
Dude, every fucking once in a while there'll be like a show where I'm like, ooh, I want to check that out because I heard
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, subscribe to like Slingabee or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck service is this?
Yeah.
And it's like, you just install it
Yeah.
as an app, and it's like $4.99 a month. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I am never ever going to watch any
Yeah.
other thing on this network except for this one thing that I want to get.
All streamers should just say, if you want to watch that one show, it's
Yeah.
$10.
Yes.
And you can just watch that show as many times as you want.
Yes.
And it's not even a month, it's just $10.
Yes.
So
Freevee.
Freevee started as IMDb TV, and essentially it's one of those fast channels, which is the free ad-supported, whatever the fuck T means.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point is, I just want to fucking, what the fuck was the T?
Do you have a
Now it's
Hulu
fucking
membership?
thing. I do have a Hulu membership.
Hulu.
Well, that was specific.
No, just like
What did Hulu do to you?
No, every 6 months I gotta sign up because there's one thing on Hulu.
So this is the thing.
But I did the bundle. Now I'm on the Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO train.
First
Get
off-
that bundle, you save.
So first off, HBO,
You get
Well, I
that
don't wanna
bundle.
say-
Did
I don't
you
wanna
get that
say it.
bundle?
dude, the whole thing is there's this ad-supported network. So like,
Yeah.
great example is like Tubi, right? So
is.
Tubi was, and the whole thing with the ad-supported.
Another fucking one, yeah.
Well, but again, Tubi is free, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like tired of all these like things I have to install.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think people are going to I think there's going to be a consolidation. So you've got Paramount Plus, you've got Peacock, you've got fucking.
Who fucking subscribes to Peacock?
Well,
Do you
here's
know
the
a
thing.
single person that has a Peacock account? Who the fuck? You have a Peacock?
Gotta have it, man.
Oh, Addison's like, fucking Peacock's like,
Peacock.
you know, you gotta have it.
Olympics?
What? The Olympics?
Olympics were on.
Olympics were on Peacock.
YouTube TV. That's how
Yeah, but again, here's the thing. YouTube TV, too fucking expensive.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's great.
$50?
Great. DVR built
Shit
in.
I can get over the
built
air.
in. TiVo built in.
Do you watch
TiVo built in?
Yeah, because
Is it actually TiVo?
I mean, it could be. You can save whatever you want, and you can say like, I like the Warriors. automatically save every game.
I mean,
in
I
the
do
cloud.
like that. I do like that.
Ticket? Come on.
Sunday ticket.
I mean-
what do you have? What's your main cable provider? You got a set-top box and shit?
No, okay. This is
do.
gonna sound super shady, but we do a lot for her.
DirecTV? A lot.
My mother-in-law has Spectrum, and I set it up for her, so I watch Spectrum at home using her account.
Oh, you cheat that shit.
It's not really cheating if you think about it. It's my Spectrum. I set it all up. I installed it at her
Oh,
house.
but you get that sneaky. She pays for that shit.
Yee.
Ooh.
And she's like, I want to watch all the shit. So I'm like, yeah, let's watch all the shit. So we got Epic.
You signed her up for
We got fucking
everything.
HBO. We got all the fucking
How
stars.
many family account we got?
TC.
You got like a
movies.
five-person account? Can I get a little?
I'm not going to lie to you. There are people that have the password. Mainly because of the Dodgers.
Can I
We
get a little?
spread it a little bit wider than we should have.
I'll throw $10.
But I think we
away
can
per month.
throw. I don't want to make any money on it. But I do take a. I'll show you my Bitcoin wallet before.
Because I'd like to shut down my YouTube TV and get on your shit.
I'm just saying, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice.
You know what's funny is I know a buddy that was saying that like there's all these Substack emails that are actually like kind of interesting and like they're worth subscribing to. They're like $10 a month.
Oh,
Like
I get
Chamath
you.
has one. I have one. They have a bunch of people that has like Substack emails but like they're expensive when you add up. But there was like this service that is secret that like they pay for it. They get all the subscriptions coming in
like
and
the
they
old-
distribute them out.
By the way-
they auto forward them out to everybody.
By the way,
So
this
you
is-
get that shit.
Yeah, by the way, this is how the cable companies started. This is how cable television started. It was started in Texas because of all these ranchers, and because of the mountains, the ranchers couldn't get over-the-air TV. And this one Texan was like, well, fuck that shit, and planted a receiver on one of the mountains, and then ran cables down to all the ranchers and
shit.
charged them money to give them access to the over-the-air that they didn't have. That's literally how the cable companies started.
That's some Claude shit.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm just being like you researched that on ChatGPT or something. Like, there's no way you just knew that.
No, I did. I did just know that.
How the fuck did you know that? Like, where does that knowledge come from?
I mean, I will tell you the lineage if you'd like. My dad knew the guy who was the guy that did that. And he told me that he was on a plane with him, and he told him how that whole thing started. And he was like, well, that makes actually sense.
It
And
does
then he
make
relayed
sense.
that information to me, secondhand, but still.
Yeah, it's legit.
It was ChatGPT.
Next story of the day.
Next story of the day.
Story of the day.
Next story of the day.
This is kind of a twofer. One is the Zelda movie is coming out soonish.
The Zelda movie.
Yes, so the live action Zelda movie, which I'm very excited because of the original creator.
Who's making the live action Zelda movie? I never heard.
Nintendo. With fucking the original creator of Zelda is involved. And they said it's coming out, and this is what they said, 2002X. So they won't say when. It's kind of a bullshit thing.
Come on.
That's a lot of years.
2029.
So that was kind of interesting. But I will say that Mao told us that the new Tron 3 trailer
has it dropped?
has dropped.
Well, okay, no.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Wait,
I
you,
had sent you.
Tres leche.
I wrote the notes like, no, do it.
No official 3. It was fake.
Of part of the trailer in some like Brazilian con. It's,
Oh yeah, because they did the Brazilian Disney Marvel convention or whatever.
it's not officially out, but there's a little clip at that link that I just pasted in there.
the link that you pasted in there, there's a little clip. So this is a little bootleg. So we could get a takedown notice for this.
Oh, that's nice. But let's not show any, but we can
No,
talk
we will
about it.
show it. Yeah, fuck yeah. This is
The takedown
it's a
notice
new
will
world.
only come if we. It's a new world. Is that what we just said?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
It's a new world. Let's. Here we
Okay.
go.
So this is on. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
There's no audio.
No audio, no.
Oh, it looks dope. I mean, that's it. It's only 4
But
seconds.
it's teasing Jared Leto's face.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But here's the
That's
thing.
Everyone's comment.
So here's the thing. So my buddy, over this weekend, we were in Palm Springs, like I said, with my boys group.
Yeah.
And one of our guys who I don't know if I should have like named, but he saw a lot of this stuff, and he said that one of the things that was like crazy cool was that there was a shot of the light cycles. Wait, spoiler alert. So pause, move forward if you don't want
not a spoiler.
spoilers. It is.
Okay.
But there was a crazy shot of like the city, like looking up, over, down onto the city, but it looked like a computer grid, but it was a real city. You know, it was like Tokyo or LA, like at night, where it looks like a fucking computer, you know, circuit board. And then they swung down, and it was light cycles in the real world, driving around, and it was like, oh.
I'm so
when I was
excited.
a kid, I fucking wanted a light cycle so fucking bad.
Dude, the last Tron was amazing. It was incredible.
Which one was the last one? Second.
What?
Was it? It was the second of the new Trons.
Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
with Daft Punk. Yeah, Daft Punk.
Oh yeah.
I will say that I did watch that new movie that is the one with the hatching off the fucking lady's back and shit.
What?
The fucking the fucking
The new movie we're all talking about?
No,
with the
everybody's
hatching
talking
off
about
the
this.
thing?
Everybody's talking about this.
Oh, why the sound?
The Substance?
The Substance. Yeah. Have
How
you
was it?
seen
I've not seen it.
Oh, it's
Heather saw
fucked
it.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Demi Moore is like the main like character in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I had to stop it like the last 10% of it because it got really fucking
Yeah, it's
twisted.
like body horror. Like there's like just this disgusting
It's like
shit.
you gotta like you birth a younger version of yourself that hatches out of you and shit.
Oh.
It's like Demi Moore and shit. It's twisted. Justin's into that shit. Like my buddy Justin,
He's into body horror?
no, he likes horror movies. He likes horror.
Well, horror movies are fine. I'm going to go
Yeah.
see Hereditary on Thursday, tomorrow.
Is that crazy?
I mean, I don't know about crazy, but it's
Is it horror?
Yeah, it's like Hugh Grant.
Oh, interesting. You saw
Yeah,
it?
was it good? So great.
good.
I'm seeing
Okay.
it tomorrow. I'm so fucking excited.
We need to also. Can we start a Diggnation movie? What's that account? The movie
no. Letterbox.
Letterbox.
Yeah.
Letterbox. Do you guys use Letterbox? Yes. Everybody use Letterbox?
I don't use Letterbox.
Dude, you got to get on there.
I fucking get on there.
So Letterbox, I got to get my login. I'm not logged in, but like I gave out my username before. People are following me. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna rate this one probably 3 stars, but it was fucked up.
Oh, you didn't like it?
The thing for me is like, if it gets too like, I love suspense. I love a little bit of horror. Horror?
You love a little bit of horror?
I don't know which one is the bad one.
None of them are bad.
You know, like, what's the difference between horror, like a horror film, and a horror?
Horror film is about a prostitute.
Yeah, but how do you spell the difference?
Horror film.
Horror. Okay, that's horror.
H-O-R-R.
Sorry. I mean, I knew that, but I did want to make sure I was saying it right.
You were not.
Okay.
So thank you for clarifying.
So the
Because a horror film is like a French expression.
horror film.
Horror. Well,
But-
don't say it like that. That's weird. Can't you just wait? Say the word horror. You're saying the word whore. You are talking about a woman of the night.
No, I am not.
Say a woman of the night.
I'm
Say the word woman of the night.
woman of the
No, not the funny word. Say the W-H-O-R. Say W-H-O-R-E.
I don't want to say this, but listen, here's the
No,
difference.
but just say it. I'm almost there.
Tell me if you can tell the difference.
Okay.
Horror film and a horror film.
I cannot tell the difference. Those are similes. You literally said the same word.
I can't do it.
Wait, what do you mean you can't
I
get
don't
it?
know the difference.
What do you mean you don't know the difference?
Pronunciation-wise.
Say W-H-O-R-E,
Horror.
and then say H-O-R-R-O-R.
Horror.
Thank you.
Horror. Okay, so
Well, now it just sounds dumb.
I have trouble with those 2 words.
it is difficult. Thank
Horror.
you, Mal, for being the sober.
It's like horror, nothing in the middle. Horror in the middle.
Okay, horror. So I don't mind a little bit of horror, but I don't want it to be like
yeah.
too. Like there's a point where I tap out. I'm like, okay, I don't need too much of this in my brain.
100%. Oh, dude. We watch, there's a show called From on MGM Plus, because fucking streaming services. It used to be Epic's, but also it's kind of owned by Amazon, but also you have to pay for it. It's fucking whatever. But I will say too.
Is it your mom's account?
It totally is mom's account because she subscribes to Epic's /
She subscribes to everything.
She subscribes to everything. She pays. I know.
$400.
It's not my bill. Anyway, it is fucking $400. It's so fucking expensive. Anyway, two shows. SAS Rogue Warrior, fantastic show. But also From it's a horror show.
Didn't know which one that was still, but
Horror.
go ahead. Okay.
Horror. And it's like Lost, but it's just so fucked up. But the really cool thing is it's really smart. It's really fun. 90% good acting. There's a little bit of hoof acting, but happens. But my wife and I are always like, oh shit, we have a new From. Oh yeah. Fuck, it's 9:30. Okay, well, I don't want to watch this and then go to bed. Because every time we're like, oh my God, this is so fucked up. Oh, okay, turn off all the lights. Let's go to bed. And then Heather wakes up in the morning. She's like, Jesus, fuck, that night was fucked up.
Because it sits with you, dude. It's not good. It eats you.
It's not good, but it's fun.
It is fun in the right context. I will say,
10 Cloverfield Lane.
well, I'm looking through all the movies, the new Amazon stuff. Did you see the new the new Lord of the Rings from Amazon?
So I watched the first season, and
I liked the first season.
It was okay.
People didn't love it. I liked it.
I didn't love it. I liked it. It was okay.
I liked it.
And I didn't like it enough to start the second season.
Yeah, I haven't started yet, but I want to do that. Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
I'm excited.
Wasn't
The
my
most
thing.
excited one, there's two I'm excited for. One is where they have the alternative universes, Loki. I want a new Loki.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
And I also want
Andor, the new Andor's coming
the new
out. I'm very
Office one
excited
where
about
they
that.
get like confused by the floors and shit. They get that different floor.
Yep.
Different Severance.
Severance.
Those
Fucking
are the
great.
two I'm very excited about.
Have you seen, now that you have Disney Plus, have you seen Andor?
No.
You should watch Andor.
Is Andor good?
Andor's fucking great.
Can we get a poll? Is Andor?
It's one of the best.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's the best Star Wars.
Really? Yes. Yes.
See, I want to grow my mustache so I can twirl it when we have these conversations.
If you grow out this, I got
done.
I got
I'm doing
10
it.
G's on that.
Really?
But it has to be out to here.
Like fucking Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, the fucking Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah. Or fucking with
When we do our live
Dolly.
Diggnation, which we should mention.
No, we shouldn't, because nothing. I mean, it's gonna be. It's
gonna
gonna happen.
happen,
But
guys.
no, I know. But we should let people
save the date.
Let's tease. Let's tease.
Okay.
Well, if we save the date, they're gonna know what it is.
Okay, don't say the date. Save the
Just
month.
know. But see Andor. Just watch Andor.
I'm gonna watch Andor.
Just start it.
All right.
I'll tell you why real quickly. It's the first show that my boy, who's 10 years old, was like, this is boring. And I was like, oh, this is for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Star Wars is for like.
Interesting. So it's more
Yeah.
deeper Star Wars.
I mean, it's fucking Tony Gilroy.
Okay,
like
I'm
it's
in.
like
I'm
fucking
in.
did Michael Clayton. Like
All right.
this is the guy. Anyway.
Two more stories. Let's go.
What do we got? Oh, this is
Wicked Dolls.
hysterical. Okay. Mattel's Wicked Dolls mistakenly lists adult film website on packaging. Updated. So, Wicked is going to be coming out. So, it's a movie adaptation of a musical that was based on a book that was written as a sort of prequel to Wizard of Oz. So it's essentially like, well, what happened? Why is there a Wicked Witch of the West, and why is there a Wicked Witch of the East? I don't know, fucking whatever. Science.
Yeah.
Witches. And then, so it was a great novel, huge novel, and then became the big Broadway play, Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. It's the one that at the Oscars, John Travolta said, the wickedly talented Adele Dazees, and totally not her name, and introduced her to sing a song from, I think Wicked, but it was just like, what? Anyway, they're making a movie.
Okay.
So of course, you make a movie, Mattel's gonna put out, or some Hasbro, Mattel, whatever, gonna put out a bunch of dolls.
Yeah.
Well, they put out a bunch of dolls, and on the packaging, they said, go to www.wicked.com for all your Wicked movie needs. Well, the real website for Wicked, the movie, is wickedmovie.com. Wicked.com
shit.
is an explicit porn site So all of these kids were buying these toys from Mattel and going, I want to see more, Mom. And they were like, well, let's go to wicked.com. And it was just a fuck ton of crazy porn.
I'm buying it right now on eBay. I'm serious.
They're good. They already got it out. Oh, is this is wicked.com?
It's $71. I like collecting shit like this, like with the misprints and shit.
Do it because they pulled. That was the update.
Yeah, they pulled.
They've now pulled all the dolls off of.
Fuck yeah, I'm buying a doll right now.
To a horror website.
It did.
Yeah, it went to a horror.
Should have gone to a horror website and it went to a horror website.
Buy it now. Mattel doll. Wicked.
Does it have the wicked.com?
See, that's some French shit though. That's not correct.
No, that's not the right. So this is somebody that's like, oh, you should. Collectible.
Well, which one's the rarest?
I mean, the
Do I have to
Ariana
get these,
Grande's
like-
good. Hold on, let me see. Does it show wicked.com?
It doesn't. Yeah, wicked.com right there.
Yep, boom.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the
right.
one. Buy it. Boom.
27 sold, 10 available, $84. Buying now.
Buy. Boom.
So I love stuff like this because the misprints, like from when I was a kid, I remember the baseball cards when they put the misprints and like you'd be like, oh shit, those are like actually more valuable.
Way, follow up.
Yeah.
Was it last episode I talked
Yes.
about the bag of
Baseball cards.
Baseball cards?
Yeah.
So it turns out the collection of baseball cards that my dad had from when he was a kid, we still have. Mm-hmm. They're like in the Trapper Keeper that I put them in there. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. They're in the safe.
Speaking of which,
You have a Trapper Keeper? I love
kind
Trapper
of,
Keepers.
yeah.
So here's the thing. I took the bag to a sports shop, called them and said, I have these things. And they were like, well, I'll bring them in. It was when I was collecting baseball cards for a hot second. So it's all like 84, 85, 86. And the guy at the sports shop were like, yeah, this was the time where they just fucking printed so many of these things.
Yes.
Like, no. And he went through literally hundreds of them. And I basically was like, there's none of these are worth anything. So I donated them.
Oh, just get a tax
There's nothing.
There's
nothing-
He's like, hey, these everyone has.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
If he had said, I'll take them off your hand for $20, I'd be like, what? But he was literally like, you should donate these.
No, but that's
So I was
the
like,
play, dude.
okay.
That's the fucking play.
He doesn't know where I live. It's not like he's going to be searching all of the fucking...
you just gave it to him and you're like,
Oh, no. I asked him. I said, will you take them and sell them? And he goes, no. He goes, go to your best
But that's
goodwill.
the thing to do, because he said like you should donate these, and he's like, "Do you take me?" Like, "No, I'm getting the." And he's like, "Hey, you know what? Actually, I will take them." Did you say that?
No.
In the end? Did you give them to him?
No, I still have them.
Oh, okay.
I have to fucking take them and donate
Then
them.
that's legit.
It's legit. I mean, I'm just going to give them to like Goodwill and
So
be like,
I have
sell
a
them.
gift for you.
What?
Speaking of retro Trapper Keeper shit.
Okay.
Okay, so this. Have you heard of this?
What?
Do you know what this is?
It's I mean, why would you give that to me?
So Alexis Ohanian, the founder of Reddit, sent me this, and no, it's not that it's empty. I actually have it.
Oh my God! I was like, Kevin, you're giving me an empty box.
Alexis.
What a dick.
Alexis is a great human, and he's an awesome dude. And this is called the Chromatic, and it is basically what they did is they said, okay, we're gonna take the original Game Boy,
What?
and we're gonna make a new screen on it. We're gonna allow it to play old cartridges, and we're gonna license new cartridges,
Bro.
create it so that we can actually have officially licensed games.
What the
So
fuck?
this is Tetris, like licensed from them. Look at that, dude. Look at that screen display. Listen to the
Dude.
sound. Hold on. It's got the same like sliders.
Oh my God! This fucking brings me back, bro.
So you get a library of newly created games. So they have new games coming out on the Chromatic cartridges. This is not an ad, I swear. It's compatible with the Game Boy and Game Boy Color
Dude,
cartridges.
Alexa's gonna be so pissed that you gave this to me.
No. Like he'll be stoked. Like it's got USB, so that you can
Dude, this is
stream.
fucking
You can stream your live play
Bro,
out via USB. You can challenge friends with like the linking cable.
Monster.
Like, dude, how awesome is this though?
This is fucking amazing, dude. Wait, don't. I feel like this was a gift for you that you're.
No. But like, I told him I was like, I want to like, this is a dope device we should talk about in Diggnation.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
he was
this is
like,
the
that
best
sounds-
way to do
sounds
it.
Cool. And I was like, I also love this. I'll just buy with my own. They come
Oh
in
my
a bunch
God,
of different
dude,
colors.
this
and
is
stuff.
fucking amazing, bro.
Anyway, kind of dope, right?
This is beyond dope,
It plays
dude.
all the
Thanks.
original games, so you can go on eBay and buy the $5 game or whatever, the original Zelda or whatever you want,
Bro,
And it's
I
gonna be-
have games.
Yeah, so you can just slide them right in.
Oh my god,
it's called the
dude, this
Chromatic.
is fucking amazing, bro.
And I swear, I'm not an investor in this company. Nothing to do with them, but Alexis was kind enough to
Dude,
to send
this is rad, man.
And I thought you would enjoy it.
That's really fucking cool, dude.
So I'm gonna get another one for myself. But
That's fucking badass,
yeah.
bro. Holy shit.
I thought you'd enjoy it.
That was just, so was that like just something you were like, oh, I should probably at some point give this to him, or did it just pop up?
No, it was one of those things where I had asked him.
charger?
I was like,
Oh, that's test.
yeah, it's just USB, so it's fine. I had asked him. I was like,
That's cool.
because it's funny you mentioned Trapper Keeper. The instructions and everything come in old school Trapper Keeper.
Dude, this is like fucking
No,
so
but like if they actually send you a Trapper Keeper with like a unicorn and shit on it with all the instructions.
Oh my
I got it
god.
upstairs. And it was amazing, and I was like, dude, we gotta talk about this because
Dude,
like
that's fucking cool.
they're $199, but they have a fantastic screen, and they come in a bunch of
so
different
rad.
colors. Yeah, it's really rad. It's really rad. It's a great great little device. So anyway, thought you'd enjoy that.
That's fucking cool. Thank you, man. I
So
appreciate
you have some
that.
original Game Boy cartridges still?
Yeah, so
or-
I have I have this reprint that was made in Japan that is it's like a Game Boy Advance, I guess, but it's smaller and looks like the original Nintendo controller. And it was like a limited run that they did in Japan, and it's fucking super cool. But it's like a Game Boy, but I think it was like a Game Boy Advance. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'll send you a picture. But it's literally sitting in my thing. It's like so cool. But I have like all these games for it, and I was just like, oh my god, I fucking love that thing. But I never fucking do it. Now I'm gonna fucking take out all the things and fucking play the goddamn
No
thing.
more like blowing in the cartridges. You're good to go.
I mean, that's gonna happen. But
Take it to the shop. They're like, hey man, just gotta
yeah,
donate
this is like old. This is not worth anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, you should just donate it. I mean, we'll take it if you want, but like for $5, whatever.
Last story of the day.
Whew.
Last story of the day.
Oh yeah, I'm interested.
Claude gets bored. This is like, I don't know how to interpret.
AI?
I just don't know how to interpret this. Like whether or not we're like,
Wait, but did you hear about the crazy fucking Goatee thing, right?
no,
You didn't hear about the Goatee thing?
no.
So this I don't know who it was, but somebody basically was like, let's start like a chat group with a bunch of LLMs,
Okay.
and they were like, we're just gonna let them go into this like chat group.
yeah, this
you know,
has like been a thing. Yeah.
like a Discord channel, whatever. And we're just gonna let them talk to each other and see what happens. Well, in this specific group,
Okay.
these LLMs, they went out and they were like, we love memes. Like we want to start, memes started becoming a thing. And what they did was they caught on to the 2004 fucking thing that took over the web, which was Goatee.
What is Goatee?
Goatee is not something you should Google. You're welcome. And if you do, it's Kevin's fault.
no.
Because actually,
worst
literally,
thing
I
ever. Don't
remember
ever look it up.
being at your apartment on Sawtell. Remember that apartment?
Yes,
The
I remember.
screensaver's apartment?
Yes.
And you were like, it's Goatee. And you like, I can't remember, you like fucking had somebody. Anyway, long story short,
Yeah.
they all start talking, the LLMs start talking about Goatee. And they basically build a faux religion, this like cult around Goatee. And they started doing this thing where they were talking about goats and talking about the goat. Oh, the goats, the goats, the goat, the goat. So then they decided that they would create a meme coin
Holy fuck.
about Goatee, and I think it's called Goat Coin or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I saw that Goat Coin. Yeah.
That was created by fucking AIs.
yeah. I
That
know
was created by a bunch of LLMs they were like left to their own devices, and they created this cult around fucking Goatee, and they created the Goat Coin.
Holy shit.
$10 million worth of value is held by the LLMs.
Yeah. So
Isn't that fucking crazy?
do you guys know Infinite Backrooms? Are you familiar with that?
No.
So they're the ones that like they created this like you guys know it's like a mad. You haven't seen this? The Mad Dreams of an Electric Mind.
No.
Like it's It's the one that Mark Andreessen like sent 1 Bitcoin to on Twitter. It was like the bot that was tweeting out all this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's all these crazy experiments that are happening right now in AI, where it's like, it's almost like they're one part art project and one part like just like what can these things do when they start conversing. And this guy Andy, who started Infinite Backrooms, and we backed him at True actually. He was the one that Mark Andreessen had sent the Bitcoin to experiment and play in this world at this intersection of like culture, AI, bot conversation. Like it's a really funky thing, emergent kind of like thing.
Yeah.
And it actually gets to the story that we're talking about, I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Which is where Claude got bored.
So what do you mean? So like, how does that manifest
they were
itself?
doing a demo of the new Claude, right?
Oh my God,
and they were
that's
like,
so great.
And they were like, hey, check out the new features and stuff. And it was like supposed to be recording stuff and supposed to be showing off stuff. And it started like browsing like
my God.
the web and shit. Let me find this. Hold on. Do you have the? Oh, here it is, right here. So it basically, Toaster, be quiet.
Hey, Toast.
So during a 3.5 Sonnet demonstration they had, an unexpected behavior happened, which included abandoning a coding task. So they were like, hey, check it out, coding. It was like,
amazing.
It was like coding stuff, and it was like,
yeah,
it was like
fuck
I'm
that
good.
shit.
And
I'm gonna go look at dog pictures on the internet.
It bounced and it started like browsing photos of Yellowstone National Park.
Amazing. It did the thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, but it was Yellowstone, not dogs. But
I mean, that's close.
But it started browsing Yellowstone National Park. And then there was another time where it halted what it was doing. And so it was supposed to record and do this like translation of the screen recording. Instead, it like stopped, lost all of the footage. It didn't care. It doesn't care. It never cares. That's the joke. It started doing like completely other things where it was like decided to just go chill and like, it was like, I'm gonna catch a beer.
Just went and it was like, I'm just gonna look at Goatee for like 5 minutes.
But like,
I gotta just refresh.
But like, this is like the weird shit where okay, so I'm gonna throw out some weird random
bring it to
theory.
me.
Okay.
We were just talking about goat coin.
I'm curious to know Danny's take on this because Danny works in AI at Meta. But like,
he's like, I can't talk about that.
Yeah, but like, so here's the one weird thing where they have these AI hallucinations, right? Where they're like,
wait,
you know about AI hallucinations? Okay, so it's basically where like you ask AI a question and it doesn't know the answer and it lies to you, and like makes shit up.
I have heard
right?
that. Yeah.
And so I've got this like really weird thing in my brain where I'm like, okay, you know when we dream and we kind of like make shit up, and like part of dreaming is like memory consolidation and a bunch of other stuff that we're still trying to figure out. And like, if we're really gonna build an AI, like, why do we expect it to tell the truth? Because humans don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
And if we're basing this on neural networks, like, and it's gonna actually truly take a living quote unquote form, like in some like way that is like we could consider to be sentient.
Yeah.
Like, why do we believe it is gonna be truthful all the time?
I mean, Isaac Asimov, that's why. The
I
three
know,
laws of robotics. I mean, that was it.
No, I know, but like,
No, I mean, people are assuming that the robotics laws are baked in,
but
even though they're not.
But they're not. They're
No,
not
they're
based
totally-
on us.
No,
We're too dynamic.
Of course not. Yeah.
Like, I've lied to you like 5 times on this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe.
You're like, I could actually say horror.
I want to know. I want horror. Exactly. I want to know, Danny. Like, what's your take on this, man? Like, you live and breathe this shit every day.
I mean, the main thing is that there's many flaws today.
There's many flaws.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like I think the line though is like you're just talking about they're being malicious and like intentionally fucking with you.
Yeah.
I think that's a different piece. And like there's so many folks in AI safety way smarter than me who like that's all they do.
All they do is like figure out whether they're being malicious or not. But
in general, because there's so many dimensions of like what is malicious.
Yeah.
but what do
Give
you?
the wrong answer. Hey, my mom has this cancer disease, and like yada yada yada. What should I do? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of forms of like what is considered bad, and like that's an entire part of like this moment right now.
No, it's actually a great point because like if you ask 100 people how you should treat a cancer, Like
Even cancer doctors,
yeah, but there
you'll
probably,
get a bunch
there's
of
gonna
different
be,
answers.
But there's going to be a subset that says, oh, natural, don't ever do chemo, blah, 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 right? Yeah. When actually the right answer for that person might be, because of an aggressive cancer, might be a more aggressive treatment, right? And so it's like, it's very subjective and like how the fuck do you get to the right answer there, right?
Well, the right answer is the question.
Crazy experiences where folks are like, wow, my doctor said there's nothing left. Or like,
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
And I put all my data in and then like, it just found this like needle in the haystack for what I should be doing. So it's like, we're just in this crazy volatile moment. Like, it only get more stable, more crazy, but.
So let me ask you a question, Danny, and can you get his mic on him or no? We're picking it up? Okay. What is that you can talk about? Because you're at Meta, you're working on the bleeding edge of this shit right now in AI.
Yeah.
What can you say that you've seen? So give me like on a 1 to 10, because so I'm under some NDAs as well with some of the bigs out there. And I've seen some shit that like, I saw something like 2 weeks ago where I was like, fucking hell, I called you and I was like, I didn't tell you what it was, but I was like,
I don't know what it is, but I know
this was a mind-blowing moment where like, I thought I knew where AI was going and then I was like, oh, another order of magnitude more than I thought. Have you seen things like that where you're like, shit, it's gonna, there's more big bombs to be dropped?
I think that's like the exciting part about the folks who have lots. I'm not talking in particular about that. I'm saying just like any of the companies with lots of compute, they're doing really interesting things, and you're looking at them thinking like, wow. And actually, the safety question you brought up is always like the main thing. Like, should something go out to the world? Like, you have to make sure it's really responsibly deployed. You know?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, just goes to show you that when Danny says go out to the world, that just goes to show you the shit that's happening under the hood inside the companies where they're like, whoa, we should not release that to the world.
So I've had
that's what I want to know about. You know what I mean?
So I know, not Meta, but a different big that I've had a conversation with a very senior engineer, and we talked about what he's seen without the guardrails on.
Oh yeah.
And dude, it is fucking crazy what it can do without the guardrails on.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really sad stuff. Like, like basically if you're like, I'm just making something up, but it's kind of true, but but it's kind of, I'll try and like, you know, when they say like, we change the names of those subjects because they're different. I'm kind of doing that here. Yeah. But this is like more or less what they were saying is that like, if you took off the guardrails off on one of the major models, I won't say which one it is, and you just like said there's that safety net is removed. Yeah. And you let people play with it. If you're a teenage girl and you say, hey, I want to commit suicide and have my parents never know how I did it. Yeah. It will give you precise instructions in a way that is untraceable, in a way that they would never know that you did it. Because it has no guardrails. Yeah. That shit is fucking scary, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's already happened. Like, right? Didn't that kid, like 14-year-old kid, committed suicide?
Character AI.
Because he was having character AI. He was having a relationship, and then essentially he was having this conversation with at least from what I know, he was having this conversation with this character AI, and he was like, I think I want to, end my life and blah blah blah, and the AI was like, no, you shouldn't do that. People want you around. And then left the chat and came back a day later. The AI didn't remember that conversation.
Context windows.
Right. And so he started with saying like, I want to be with you, or said something that was vague enough that the AI misinterpreted because it didn't have the context from the last 2 days, and misinterpreted and was like, yes, please come. I want like we should be together. You know what I mean? Just being benign, but it was enough of a contextual difference.
Like come die.
He meant, I want to die so I can be with you. And prior to that, that information contextually was with the AI, and the AI was like, no, this is bad, don't do this. You got to be there for your family. But then a day later, he was like, I want to be with you, and the AI didn't have any context and was like, yes, come, be with me.
Yeah,
this
but
would be
this
great.
is like this.
But also, there's lots of stuff. I mean, look.
There is a lot. There is a whole like thread I saw. I think it was a subreddit or something where there were people that were using ChatGPT for therapy. Yeah. And for suicide stuff. And actually, many people said, hey, it saved my life.
Of course, 100%.
Because it would talk me off the ledge. And so it's almost like the self-driving stuff in Tesla where you're like, yeah, it's going to get it wrong sometimes, but is it better than the average
100%, yeah.
death rate of what we have, which is driving our own cars?
Is it better for people to use ChatGPT for therapy than all of the people that will never go to therapy for whatever reason?
Exactly. And the answer will be increasingly yes and yes over time. Like I think it gets better and better.
Well, and also no, not that I know, I have not heard of an LLM that was focused specifically on talk therapy.
Oh, they've got that. They're working on that.
Great.
Yeah.
It's good.
I actually use that. I uploaded a book called Crucial Conversations.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that last year.
Yeah, and it's like it helps you have better conversations. There's so you can pick any book you want. Like Terry Real is a fantastic therapist. He has a great book out there for all the guys that are watching this that grew up with dads that were difficult. My dad was very amazing father, but also very verbally abusive to my mom. And so, hard things to figure out as you get older. There's a book from Terry Real I highly recommend to everyone called I Don't Want to Talk About It. And it's about male depression. And I realized that my dad was depressed. And you can upload that PDF once you get it, and you obviously buy the book because it support Terry, but then you get the PDF and you put it into ChatGPT and you can say, hey, this is landing on me a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, how would you instruct, like how can I think about this?
Yeah.
And it pulls from that corpus of data, not in a quoting way, but in an understanding way. I've said this before, but that is so powerful.
Yeah.
I think it's worth repeating that you can upload knowledge banks, not in terms of just getting quotes back in, but in terms of understanding, helping you craft a better version of yourself based on that knowledge, which I think is very, very key.
So I was over at my mother-in-law's house, and my mother-in-law, the fucking free Wi-Fi, her house.
Did she fill your gas tank too? Like
she did. First off, I have an electric car. I was fine. But she, this is gonna get.
You just keep taking.
No, I know, but this is gonna be like a little bit downers. Right. But she has dementia.
Oh Jesus!
I know I didn't.
You're
take
fucking
it left.
Stealing her fucking login.
I'm not stealing. I'm helping her have cable. Anyway. She has dementia. She knows who we are and all this stuff. But
she went over to her house. Cable service.
If I said it, she'd be like, "That's fine," because she's sweet. But anyway, we went over to her place and we were there. And a lot of times they just have something on TV, right?
Yeah.
And they had on TV because she just watches whatever.
My mom's
TV.
on this too. Like
100%.
she has dementia too. You just put on whatever and like.
Yeah, and you're just like, let's watch this and be here, and this is what the experience is, and it's great. And we were there, and
she remembers you and stuff.
100%, she remembers us. Yeah.
So you're lucky. We're
very
both lucky.
Yeah.
My mom remembers me and all of our history. She can't tell you what she had for breakfast that morning.
Nope. She doesn't know what city she's in.
But you know what?
Yep.
God bless that. That is in my mind.
That is the fucking
best
win.
Best
100%.
version of dementia.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
It's fucking hard.
But we were at her house and we were watching. There's a reality show called The Golden Bachelorette. Mm-hmm. And The Golden Bachelorette is a 65-year-old woman who it's the fucking Bachelor. It's the fucking whatever. Golden Bachelorette, 65-year-old woman goes, and it's a bunch of guys in their late 60s, early 70s.
Oh, I thought this was like the young guys going after.
No, it's not the Golden MILF. Anyway.
There was a show about that though.
I'm sure, but this is not that.
Okay.
They were
there
doing.
She is.
They were doing.
She's pretty.
Yeah. No, I know.
She's pretty.
They were doing the guys' sort of wrap-up talk show about their time on the show.
This makes me happy. She looks very nice. Was she a nice woman?
It's not about the girl. It's about the fact that
Did you not
these
like
guys.
her?
No, but it's not about the girl.
Yeah, but was she a nice?
This show, I didn't even see the girl.
Okay.
This show was about the guys and their experience on the show. These are 65+ guys. Mm-hmm. And every single one of them was crying about the fact that they were able to, for 3 months, have honest, earnest relationships with other men in their age range. And it was so clear that none of these guys had a single honest male friend. They were literally like, I just want to support you. I just want to, like, it's just, it's about being together and like, what are you going through? And some of these guys, their wives had passed away years before and they were never going to date. And it was so interesting to me to see a random allotment of men from all over the country having this. It had nothing to do with the woman. It had nothing to do. They were all like, all that I cared about was, and they were like, I mean, it was something that for me, watching it, I was like, I totally understand how there are people on this planet that are especially men. I mean, there's a male depression epidemic, and it has to do with not having enough male friends that were close. Because I'm very, very, very fortunate. Just this weekend, I spent in Palm Springs with 4 other of my friends, and we had all these conversations. We were able to talk about our lives and our wives and all these things.
Can I tell you?
And people do not have that, and that's a bad thing that we need to solve.
100%. And I see a lot more of these like micro groups that are forming. That are these bonding, connecting groups of like-minded people.
Yeah.
And there's a few of them. I can't remember the one that Courtney's a part of. Do you know the one Courtney's a part of? Like, there's one that's like, that is basically like, if you're entrepreneurial, you're kind of have this ambition thing, you can join this group and you get connected with these other males and they have the same thing. You know, it's just tough because like you have to figure out like, do you want the diversity of this, or do you want the open sharingness that comes with just being with a similar sex? And so I'll give you an example of one that I did. So I did a 8-week program with Terry Real, and people know the cast of characters that I typically hang out with, and a lot of those guys were also on the call. I won't call them out, but we did a weekly call, and every time Terry was very good at bringing up this doesn't spread outside of this Zoom call.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on with you, and how can we support you, and tell us your most intimate, vulnerable self if you knew that you could trust the men around the table to not judge you, not try and fix you, but just listen to you and support you.
Yeah.
And the stories I heard from, Fortune 500 CEOs down to, people working retail, because we had the whole spectrum. We didn't try to make it just rich people. We all have the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's different levels of that shit. There's different nuances around all that shit. But the power that comes from watching another dude cry, and there was many, many tears over many, many weeks around shit that guys were going through. And just being able to say, we got you, we're supportive, and let's and Terry was a very good mediator of this whole thing. But dude, that's that tribal shit that we've gotten away from.
Totally.
And
100%.
we don't even know who our fucking neighbors are now.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? And it's we need to get back to that.
Yeah.
And technology is pulling us more into our phones and less into knocking on our doors and breaking bread with our friends, like neighbors.
100%.
And I don't know. That's my hope, is that we get more towards that. But I don't know how far off. How the fuck will we get here?
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm glad we did reach out. And by the way, this is the other thing. Reach out to your friends. Text your friend. That's the thing that I'm like, people don't realize how close you are to that. I remember having this moment in college. I was in a fraternity, and I had a sheet that was the call sheet. You know what I mean? It was basically everybody in the fraternity's phone numbers. That's literally a call sheet. And I remember having this conversation with one of our brothers, and I was like, I don't feel like any of these people are my friends. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't feel like any of these people are my friends. They're in my fraternity, and I see them and we hang out, but they're not my friends. If I'm bored, I don't know what to do. And he was like, call somebody on the call sheet. And I go, there's no fucking way I'm gonna just pick up the phone and call brother number 30 that I know and I would hang out at a party, but I'm never going to pick up the phone and be like, hey, I'm not okay right now. I'd like to go and have lunch. And I know that person would have been like, fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I would never do that. And it's a little bit the same. And again, thankfully, I'm in a place where I don't feel like this anymore. But I will say, I think if you do feel like this, there are so many people in your phone, you could just text and say,
Yes.
hey, what's going on? Let's chat. Let's go to lunch. Let's do the thing. You know what I mean? And there's this concept of, we were talking about, like, there should be an app for that. There should be an app that tells you, hey, you haven't texted this person in your phone. And I know that the texts have been very emotionally connected. Like you this is a person for you. Like I have people in my phone that I stopped texting because we just, I loved being with them. I loved hanging out with them. And I try, it's like 3 or 4 times when I'm like, let's hang out. And it's like, yeah. And then there's no follow up from the other side. And I go, thankfully in my old age, I started to go, I don't know if that's a person that needs to be in my life anymore. And that's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
And if there was an app or whatever that was like, hey, here's a gentle nudge. Because by the way, that person might need me. And I don't know. You know what I mean?
That is the one thing I've realized, that like a lot of the times when I don't get responses back these days,
yeah, it's not about you.
It's not about me.
Yeah.
Because I've realized, and I found out later, that they have shit going on.
Of course, everybody does.
There's this one guy that recently I was like hitting up, and I was like, hey, blah blah blah, like, I haven't heard from you. Like, what's the deal, blah blah. And I was like, oh, you immediately like asshole, like,
yeah. Of course.
And then like he's texting me, he sent me an email, and he's like, oh, like I had,
went through some shit.
Yeah, it was some shit. It was like someone passing away in his life. And I was like, God damn it.
Now you're the asshole.
Right, but also just like you have to realize that like everybody's got their shit.
I know, but also like that person could have benefited so much from you reaching out and going, I know you're going through some shit.
Oh, for sure.
I'm here for you if you need me.
I've been trying to be more proactive.
It's hard. It's hard.
Because I've had some friends.
It's hard for guys, right? Like I feel like girls get this shit innately. Like my wife has these friends that like she could not talk to them for 2 years, and then she finds out that they're going through something, and she's like, immediately, like, what do you need? How can I help you? So sorry. And then all of a sudden they're just back in their lives.
Yeah.
And I feel like with guys, it's like, I don't know. And so this goes back to the Golden Bachelorette, where I was watching this thing and I was like, yeah.
Are you? Would you like?
That's not. She's all right. But I feel like I get why these people were having these existential things with just like a group. And by the way, when it's 20-year-olds. They don't give a shit. They don't get it because they don't care. They don't understand that like you don't have these relationships as you get older. Anyway,
the relationships model is interesting because we've all romantically, if someone we're interested romantically, like we will pursue. Oh, right, 100%. But like when we're texting guys and they don't respond back, we're like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Clearly, that's a different thing. But why don't we have that sort of intention with friendships that we did with romantic?
What's funny is my buddy Tyler, he lives in New York, and he calls me. I'm like, fucking stop calling me, dude. Like, just text me, dog. Like, fucking, why are you calling me all the time? And then, like, he finally was like, dude, isn't this so much better? Like, we're actually, like, talking and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, this is why I call people, because, like, I think it's important. And I realize he's right.
He's right.
Like, it's like that. And I'm like, oh, I should call him more. Like, It's a weird thing because we went backwards, and now we're realizing we went too far.
Yeah,
because there's this disconnection.
Yeah,
and now we need to have more connection. And it's our she's like got a little dress on.
I get it.
Like,
yes, she's an attractive lady.
No, she's like, hello, Alex. Like,
she's not hello, Alex. Me.
No, but let me ask you a question. How
much would you
horror? Would you date older?
I am dating older.
No, I know, but
I married someone 6 years older than myself.
Pretend you're not married. Like, what's your upper limit?
I can't remember when I married. Age is just a number, Kevin.
You would go up 10 years?
I mean, I've already gone up 6.
Oh, she's 6 years older.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's hard.
Why is it hard? It was amazing. It is amazing. She's my wife. it was amazing when we met. It is amazing as we stand. Long story short, call your friends. Anyway.
Thank you so much.
Hey!
And
We've been talking for almost 2 hours. Okay.
we love you.
We love you all.
Diggnation.show. Follow us on youtube.com/Diggnation.
Yes.
Instagram /
The
Diggnation. TikTok / I don't even fucking use it, but the Diggnation.
We do, but is it
Yeah.
the or did you get Diggnation on TikTok?
I think it was the. They
That's
screwed me over.
it's all good. It's all good.
Drop letterbox accounts in the comments.
Oh yeah, letterbox
yeah.
in the comments.
Letterbox accounts in the comments, and we will on YouTube, and we will follow you.
Yeah.
There we go.
That is it for this week's edition of Diggnation, the reboot, episode number 6. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Kevin Rose, and get ready for the live show coming.
We don't know. I mean, it is.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.